Yesterday, when I was the meeting, I couldn't get there. I said, if you buy, on the fan, all night, you know, I was put on.
I didn't change
Put it
it.
in water.
I'm gonna crawl into the second part.
Problem happened.
Yeah. I give my choice. Put grass there, put it. harder.
Okay.
Hey, Ben.
Thirty seconds. All right,
Yeah.
let's do it. Oh, let's. For our loop. Let's just do, we're gonna do regular, we'll do toe up hip ups. So we'll do toe up hip ups today. So. We're gonna start with that. Just put your toes up, weight on your heels. We're gonna go 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. So just driving the heels into the floor, squeeze the top of the motion. 30 seconds.
Hey, Ben.
Hi. Five seconds, gang. Raz. So we're gonna come all fours. We're gonna go butt to heel. And we're gonna have chest high. So we're gonna be in this position. Okay. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go left hand. So small of your lower back. Ideally, you would get your bicep as close to your torso as you can. Now, I'm gonna look up over my right shoulder. And then I look up the other way and drive my elbow to the ceiling. So it goes this way, very small range of motion. Okay, now what I want you to think about is I want you to think about rotating through your chest. Bring you 60 up. Side. Good. All right, once you get 65 done, we're gonna stay in that same position. So We're gonna stay in this position. Alright, now what we're gonna do. Is I'm gonna right arm up. I'm gonna rotate my palm away from me. I'm gonna make as big of a circle as I possibly can, slap myself in the ass. Circle back. Okay, so big circle around, once your palm away from you, all the way, circle, stack that. Oh, that's pretty good points, if you give your person back, you little thing. Repeat, 6 each side. Big circle with the arm. Not hearing a lot of smacks. If you don't rather have it, somebody else will. Got a tough crowd today, Jamie. Tough crowd today, Jamie. It's that dry, that must be that dry sense of humor. And the dry. 55. Right, how do you? Once you guys get 6 each side done, we're gonna take a knee. We're gonna do our knee lifts. So ideally, you have something to hold on to for this, just to be able to allow kind of a little bit of pressing down into it. I'm gonna be in a half kneeling position. All I'm thinking about is I'm lifting my foot up off the floor without doing anything else. Okay, try not to do this. You're a little bit of a lean forward. This is very similar to our seated straight leg lifts, and I'm just lifting my leg up. Also, I'm also thinking about not letting my leg come out the side. So it's straight up. Each side. Should be pretty small range of motion. Once you get 80 side done, you just have to stand up. Squats. So I'm gonna do one lateral squat each side. Okay, then I'm gonna do a hand walkout. With my legs in that lateral squat position, then I try back up. I hit another lateral squat. Then I'm gonna hit a hand walkout. Okay, 6 hand walkout, 6 lateral squats each side. Side. Once you guys get 6 each side, we're gonna go into our self-love. For the self-love. It's gonna be about 3 minutes. Each one of these exercises, you're gonna do 4 to 6 times. Or about 30 seconds. We're gonna start with our toe touch. So I'm just pushing my hips back, big arch my lower back. Once I get all the motion out of my hips, then I exhale, my head, my chest round. Then I push my hips forward to stand up. So 30 seconds of that, or about 4 to 6. After your toe touches, we got deep squats. So deep squats basically If you have any knee pain, I only want you to go down as low as you feel comfortable keeping over the floor. If you don't have any knee pain, I want you to go down as low as you can. I want you to kind of trust up. Then same idea, 4 to 6, about 30 seconds. Here are deep squat. We got upper lower technique. So just follow our technique. Taking our arms up over top of our head. Keep the elbows locked, keep your biceps as close to your torso as possible. We're gonna do our quad and spinal raise. On all fours, pushing our hands into the floor, grounding through our upper back. Tuck the chin, tuck the pelvis. Then arching through our upper back. 4 to 6. Letters. Last up, we're gonna do wrist club. So fingers spread. Palms down. Fingertips away. Rocking forward and back. Okay, then we're gonna go palms up. Fingertips towards us. Last one, palms down. Fingertips towards us. Okay, so we got crawl or dead bug. I'll show you how to do that. And then we have our anterior to posterior hops, anterior to posterior jumps. So the dead bug is the easiest crawl version. So I'm pressing my lower back into the floor so I can't get my hands between the floor and my lower back. My knees are on my hips, my hands are on my shoulders. Okay. And then what we do from this position, I go right hand to left knee, and then I'm just taking my right leg, left arm forward. Then I switch sides to the opposite side, to the opposite side. Okay. Lower back has to stay pressed to the floor. You can do that or crawl. So we're gonna do a forward crawl. So it's just on all fours. Now you're gonna be in a beast position. So that means that once your knees in line with your belly button versus knees in line with your pelvis. Okay. And then we're gonna try and take really small steps forward. Smaller than that. That's your crawl. We're gonna superset that with anterior to posterior hops. Okay. If you don't want to do the anterior posterior hops, it's fine. You can either just do hop in place. Okay, or you can kind of do like a alternating single leg hop, I guess. For your crawl or your dead bug, you're gonna do 5 each side. So if you're doing your crawl, that's 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, 4, 5, 5. If you're doing dead bug, it's 5, then 5. For the hops, we're gonna do 10 hops. So 10 hops forward and backward. 2 minutes. All right, gang. 3, 2, 1, go. So either dead bug, forward crawl. Forward. Dead bug. Yeah. 5 each side for the dead bug. If 5 each side dead bugs is easy, go to 10. And for your forward and backward, if you want you to something, you're jumping over it like a line on the floor. A seam or something along those lines. Nice and easy for the hops. We got 1 more minute, gang. Should be around 2 to 3 sets for this. Dead bugs, should be feeling dead bugs in your arms, the core. 30 seconds. Twenty seconds, gang. 10. Rest. Rest your breath. The next one, I'm gonna time you guys the next one, right? So I will be timing you for this next one. So we got side planks and we got side to side bounds. Basically the same thing as your anterior to posterior jumps, you're just going side to side, right? So for the side plank, couple of ways you can do it. We can go short lever, knees bent. We can go modified long lever, so top leg straight, or long lever, both legs straight. We're gonna go 20 seconds on each side. And then we're gonna do 30 seconds of side to side hops. So same idea, find that seam, nice and easy, hop side to side. If you don't want to do that, just regular jumps. Okay, or kind of like our single leg bounce. Okay, so 20 seconds each side, side planks, 30 seconds hops, 2 sets. All right, gang. 3 side planks first. 3, 2, 1, go. When you're in that side plank, I want you to think hips forward. I want you to think pressure bottom foot into the floor. I want you to think pressure bottom elbow into the floor. I want you to breathe. All right, switch sides, right into the other side. 3, 2, 1, go. Other side. Hips forward. Press bottom leg into the floor. Press bottom elbow into the floor. Your knees, if you're in a long lever, your knees should be off the floor. Your shins should be off the floor if you're in a long lever. Rest. All right, now you need your side to side hop. Find that line, find that seam, 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. No, I don't care how slow you go. I do care that you're landing control. And softly. Rest. One more. After my time. 3, 2, 1, go. Gang, nothing wrong with the short lever side plank. I do all my side planks short lever. 3, 2, 1, go. Two, 1, go. Halfway done, 15 seconds. 10. 5. Rest. Get some water. Juice up. Yeah, at the end of towels, there's some towels. I give you guys about a minute to juice up, get some water before I get into the demoing the movements.
Ben, I have a question about what's coming up. On the program that you sent, these single arm, single leg deadlifts are same side. On the video that you put up, you're doing it on the opposite side. I don't care, I'll do it either way, but just let me know which one you want.
You could do it both. The program, same side. And I'll actually talk about that. All right, let's get into it. So last phase, we did our single leg RDLs with support on the opposite side. So that means I stand on my right leg, I hold on to something in my right hand, I hold the weight in my left hand, then I go down. Okay? If that felt really good for you, you're like, ah, man, you know what? When I do that exercise, I really feel the back of my legs, I really feel my glutes, I don't feel my lower back. It's really easy, comfortable for you to be able to do that exercise. Do that version. Okay? As Bridget, you want to try something a little different. It's the same side. What that means is I'm going to stand on my left leg. I'm going to hold on my right hand, so still holding on right hand. I hold the weight in my left arm and I go down the same side versus that helps you in the last phase. Meaning I can bend this knee, I can have the leg straight, I can have it down a little bit. I can also have a light touch on the floor. The biggest thing that I want you focusing on for this though is when you're doing this, think about keeping your hips level. So I don't want this. Don't do this. Okay, don't rotate your hip up. Keep it down. That's the first exercise. Generally, we do opposite side. But this figure of that take time. Wait for that. 20 pounds. Be good for almost everybody. Now we're going to superset that with seated face pull. So, seated face pull. You can do this seated on the floor. You can do this seated on the bench, on a chair. But basically, we're just here. I'm going to loop the band around my feet. Most of you are probably going to have to make X with your band. And then I pull the band up to basically like thumbs in line with kind of a ear level, temple level, something like this. All right. Up to 25 face pulls. But up to 25 face pull for the single leg RDL 12 to 15. So up to 25 face pulls. We got 12 to 15 same side, single leg RDL or opposite side if that feels better. 3, 2, 1, go. 6 minutes. I do not care how many rounds you get for this. I want you to feel it out. I want you to feel it out. Some of you guys might feel this more glutes. So when you do same side, you might get a little bit more butt. That's okay. You should not feel your. If it feels better, if you have done opposite side in the past, and that feels better, then do the opposite side version. For the face pulls, you can really go anywhere between like neck, chin, nose, eyes, forehead. The higher the hands go, the harder it is. So the further your hands are away from the ground, harder that's going to be. 25. And I do, for the face pulls, I want you leading with your elbows. So I want you taking elbows up and back. Kind of like you're elbowing somebody behind you. If some of you have never done, so for the RDL, if you've never done the opposite side version, I do want you to try that out. Like I said, normally we do the opposite side arm. This phase we're doing the same side arm just to see if it feels a little different for people. And we are about halfway done. I started my timer a little bit late. So if some of you at home are looking at a different time, I'm at about 3 minutes. Yeah, I do want you hydrated. Unless you're going to be in an air-conditioned room the entire day. Even if you're in an air-conditioned room, you can still get dehydrated because of that dry air. Lots of water. Guys, we are at 4.5 minutes, got 90 seconds. I'm happy with 2 sets. Remember today is the first day of this workout. So I want you guys working on feeling the movements. And we got 1 minute. 1 minute. Please let me know if you're feeling the face pulls in your shoulder joints. We don't want that. We don't want elbow pain, no shoulder pain. For the RDLs, you should not be feeling your lower back. If you are, please let me know. Like a row to the back, where you do the bar. You have to grab a hold of a knee handle. Either big arm. I would be able to do that then. 20 seconds. Um, 10 seconds. Turns. Yeah, do it till you do it until you. Reps am I gonna do until you get in. Rest. Grab the water. Grab some water. If you have a hard time drinking water, like on a day like this, you gotta drink more water. You're like, man, I don't like to drink water. Fruit is roughly 80 to 90% water. So eat some more fruit for today. Watermelon, great. All right. Second strength round. So we got 2 different exercises for your first one. You can either do a post lunge or a posterior reach. So posterior lunge, I'm going to hold on to something for a little bit of stability. I'm going to take a step back. Now the step back can be really big step back. It can be a little bit of a not so big step back. It can also be a really not so big step. Regardless of how far you step back, I want your front heel on the floor. Okay? So you can step really far back, you can step not so far back, but the front heel has to stay down. That's your post lunge. Your posterior reach is basically like a post lunge, except you don't put your foot on the floor. You just lightly touch foot to floor. As opposed to actually bending the knee and touching the knee. Okay? Either one's fine. Both gonna give us what we need. The second exercise is the W to Y press. I'm gonna give you guys 2 different ways to do this. First one, start from your belly. You're gonna grab very light weight, like 2.5 pounds. If I did this with 5 pounds, I'd be close. So 2.5 pounds, 1 pound, and basically you're doing a Y to W, but you're doing it like this. Okay, now if you can't play in this position and get your arms off the floor, so like let's say you're like here and you just can't get them up off the floor, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna stand against the wall. You can do that same thing. So back's against the wall, and you're gonna press like this. You have to get your arms against. All right. For your post lunge, post reach, you're doing 12 to 15. For your W to Y press, you're doing 10 to 20. 3, 2, 1, go. For the post lunge, post reach, you could certainly do this with around the same amount of weight that you did for your RDL. So if you did 20 pounds for your RDL, 15 pounds for your post lunge, 20 pounds, 25, those would all be reasonable numbers. You can also hold in both hands, or you can hold weight in one hand. If you're doing the post reach, very light touch with the back foot. And I want you to think about like you're trying to roll a marble across the floor. So I'm trying to roll that marble behind me, very light touch with the toes, and you should feel that like 100% in your ass. Can I feel it now? If you don't feel your glutes working, please let me know. Then we got our Y to W press. This phase is just the Y to W, except we're gonna weight it. And I really, you're gonna do 10 to 20. I want you to try and keep those arms off the floor. Yeah, Nancy, flip over. Go on your belly. Go belly, yeah, belly down. There you go, Suzanne, good. And gang, for the Y to W press, just think of it as an overhead press. But the purpose of doing it on your belly is it's really forcing you to drive your elbows behind you. So you're just doing a press. We're just doing it on the floor. Some of you might really feel it in your upper back. Some of you might really feel it in your shoulders. Some of you might really feel both areas. That's great. Well, I mean, might as well come up. For the post lunges, post reaches, 12 to 15, up to 15, 10 to 15. What do you know? And then for the Y to W, you're doing 10 to 20. Gang, we got about 2 minutes left. 10 seconds. We got one more round. 5 seconds. Finish whatever you're doing, wrap it up. That is time. Time. Grab the water. Water. So last thing we got a shitload of squats. And we got some curls, bicep curls. So last phase on day 2, it was you had to do 30 knee bends. We're gonna have that same thing, okay? If you have been doing your reverse Nordics, so if you have been doing that exercise that we did in the last phase, continue to do that exercise. That is an exercise, much like Jefferson curls, you want to just continue to do it, much like our beach bodies, continue to do it. Okay, so first exercise, concentration curls. You can do this seated. You do it on a chair, on a bench. I'm also going to show you how to do it at kneeling. In case you guys don't have any chairs or benches at home, we can start a GoFundMe for you to get a chair at home. So looks like this. I'm going to line my knee up with my hip. Okay, so I don't want to be here. I want to be here. Knee in line with hip. Okay, I'm going to grab a hold of the dumbbell. I'm going to place my elbow right at the edge of my on my quad. I'm going to lean my shoulder away. It's not here. It's here. You should feel a stretch in your bicep when you're in this position. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to curl. Now, as I curl, I'm thinking about taking my pinky to my shoulder. Okay, pinky to shoulder, not thumb to shoulder. So like this, it's your position. Okay, should feel stretch in the bicep in the bottom of that motion. And you can also do this half kneeling, look identical. I think it's a little easier to get you in that position. So I go half kneeling position. I'm gonna get into that same position, so I'm kind of leaning over, and then I'm taking elbow to shoulder. Okay, so that's your concentration curl. Bonus if you're talking to your bicep as you're doing it. It's just like plants. Muscles love love. We're gonna superset that with 30 squats. So we got heel elevated squats, we got regular squats, and we got our reverse Nordics. So regular squats, heel elevated. Heel elevated. Reverse Nordics. Underneath. Chosen this position or this position, preferably this one. Right glutes, hips forward, knees to ears, nothing bends. And then I come back up, nice and slow on the down. Okay? So for the curls, you're gonna do 15 to 20 curls. You're gonna do 30 knee bends. Each one of those exercises is a knee bend. Pick one of them or pick a combination of all of them to get to your 30. 6 minutes. Let's go. Curls. Fellas, 15. Ladies, 10. Maybe 15. The weight of the curls really depends on the stretch. So the bigger the stretch that you can feel in the bicep, the less the weight is. So if you feel that really big stretch in the bicep, you only have to use like 10 pounds. If you don't feel a big stretch in the bicep, you might have to use a little bit more weight. Yes, Aiden, like that. Fine. No, that's all. Concentration curls. Remember, talk to your biceps. You're doing a great job. I love it. Get a little bigger. Everybody keep going with the body. They got 30 knee bends. So gang, for your 30 knee bends, that could be 30. That could be all 30 heel elevated squats. That could be all 30 regular squats. You will not do 30 reverse Nordics. If you are, you're probably only going through like an inch of motion. Okay, so if you're gonna sprinkle your reverse Nordics in, you're gonna shoot for like 5 to 8, 5 to 10. And then you're gonna do the remainder of that 30 in either heel elevated squats or regular squats. So heel elevated should allow you to get over the bar. Okay. But some people can do regular squats. And gang, for that bicep curl, you want to be thinking about leaning away from the hand. Because remember, well, for those of you that have done like preacher curls at the gym, this is basically a preacher curl. So I want to be leaning my shoulder away from my hand so that I have this stretch that happens in the bicep. I don't want to be directly, it's not bad. I'm just going to feel more of a stretch in this position. My knee, so if I'm sitting normal on the chair, my knee is in line with my thigh. Knee in line with thigh. Or, excuse me, knee in line with hip. If your knee is not in line with your thigh, you have some serious issues. Imagine that. Your knee is not in line with the thigh. Good. One minute, gang. 1 minute. Guys, we got 20 seconds. Guys, we got 5 seconds left. Finish whatever you're doing. Make sure you're equal on both sides. That is tiny time. Woo! Hottest workout of the year done. Good job, gang. Guys, make sure you drink lots and lots of water, salt your foods. Don't just be drinking water without consuming salt. You guys did an awesome job. Virtual high five to everybody. Good job, Suzanne. Good job, Aiden. Good job, Nancy.
See you next time when hopefully it's not so hot.
Yeah, see you when it's cooler outside. See you guys.